Good day, everybody. I wanted to drop by for some quick weather info, and as you can see from the title on the YouTube video, that I am also going to talk a little bit about our upcoming winter, what it might look like, and are we going to get any snow? So the answer is, I'll tell you in a few minutes. I will go through this as quickly as I can, and you know me, I like to run my mouth a lot here on some of this, and I'm going to kind of give you an outlook as to what is causing our weather to be like it is. All right, first thing, let's just talk about the weather for the next couple of days. We've got some showers coming in for Halloween. So, what time are they going to come in here? I think for the most part, if you live east of, say, central Kentucky, the Winchester area, I think you'll be okay. Maybe a shower or two, but it's the worst of the rain will be in after 8 p.m. So it looks like trick or treat's going to be okay for us east of, say, Winchester or so. So, for your Halloween, some partly sunny skies throughout the day. A slight chance of a shower in the afternoon, high near 78. Winds out of the south, 5 to 10 miles an hour. Some gusts will be 25 to maybe 30 miles an hour. That's just ahead of that front. It's going to be pretty gusty. Thursday night, showers are possible, a few of them before 8 p.m., but not a lot. And, folks, this is not a ton of rain. It's not like a downpour, okay? Maybe half an inch grand total. Um, the vast majority of it will be after 8 p.m., and the low will be around 55 or so. Pretty much 100% chance we're going to see the rain. For Friday, showers early, then cloudy, high 65. Not a bad day, but about normal, to be honest. Friday night, clear, low around 44. Not bad. Saturday, sunny again, nice. 5 degrees above normal, 70 degrees or so. Calm winds, nice day. Saturday night, partly cloudy, low around 48. So again, really, really nice temperature wise. In fact, our fall will probably go down as being warmer than normal because we've had so many warmer than normal days. All right, let's roll on. So, fall and winter thoughts. Sorry, you know me. Most of you have had me in class. I'm going to have to teach you a little bit. I'm going to share some of the stuff that I've learned over the last 40 years in this video. I will try my best to keep it short. It will be a tad longer than some of them have been, but I'll do my best, okay? And if you have any questions, you just message me on Facebook or whatever. I don't always see the messages on here on my YouTube until later on. So just holler at me on Facebook and ask me if you need to. So, climate's changing. We know that it is what it is. Okay, our world, it's experiencing some significant shifts in climate. We've seen that for the last 30 years. We'll see it for another 100 years in the future, 200 years, whatever. Many factors cause it, two of which are the man-made CO2 and heightened solar activity. Those are just two of the factors. Our seasons on this planet do depend on many other factors besides just those two, but I'm just going to touch on those two. So, I'm also going to kind of focus on the factors that affect the United States specifically and Kentucky specifically here. We didn't start the climate change, but we enhanced it. It's always been around. We've made it worse, okay? We didn't start it. We weren't the beginning of this. Climate change has been around since the earth existed. The good Lord made the earth, and the climate has always been changing. We see that in the rock record. But what we've done is made it worse. Now, I could have plopped up hundreds and hundreds of graphs up here on the screen. I'm not going to do that. And I'm not going to put up a whole bunch of numbers that mean pretty much nothing to most people. So if you want to look up some numbers, if you want to see those numbers for yourself, look them up. The weather swings that we have been experiencing, let me get a pointer here if I can. The swings that we've been experiencing over the past, 20 years or so, we have been wetter than normal for about 20 years here in central Kentucky. I've been tracking it. I've got data to prove that. We've been wetter than normal. But now we're seeing a shift in that overall global pattern. We're moving out of that rain belt that we have had for 20 years. Will we get back into it? Only time will tell. But some other factors here that I've listed um, eh, will be drier than normal temperatures, or, drier than normal atmosphere, wetter than normal atmosphere, massive rain events, huge snowstorms, bitterly cold where it should be warm, warm where it should be bitterly cold. All of these are factors that goes into saying that climate is changing. And we have to look at that as a whole on the whole globe to understand how our weather is adjusting here. And again, I'm not going to throw up the numbers and the graphs and all that stuff. Just not enough time for that. Okay. But a little bit of data, I'll leave it, or a little bit of info, I'll just leave it up here for another second, and I'll hush if you wanted to pause it to look at it closer. Okay. Climates, they're a changing. I mean, we know that. That's a fact. I've already said that. But we do see some increased solar activity. Now, um, we are coming into a period of more activity from the sun. 20 years ago in my classes, I was talking about how we had a lull in solar activity. It was really low. What would that mean for our climates in 20 years when we get back into the higher activity? Our sun goes on huge cycles. 11 years for normal sunspots, 22 years to go all the way around to back to normal sunspot activity from the beginning. That's why I said 20 years. It's been 20 years since we've had higher solar activity in this direction, in this magnitude. So, and that's proven. I mean, see any auroras lately? All those northern lights? That's why we're at this point in our solar activity. The sun also has other huge time frame um, activities that it does 100 years, 200 years, 1,000 years. But we're on one of those 22-year cycles right now. And there is research that shows this evidence that climate change is sensitive to those very weak changes in the sun's energy output over time. There is definitely scientific evidence to prove that. There's a link here, but I just don't have time to go into that. If you want some information from that, you could actually look up this quote and you will find this on, well, I guess I'm going to go to it anyway there. It's on National Weather Service, and it's all about the sun and all this kind of cool stuff here. Okay, so I got to go back to my page and maximize. Okay, slideshow. There we go. All right, so I mentioned that there's other factors that affect our weather. I don't have time to go into all of these, but here's a bunch of them that I've listed. Ocean currents and temperatures, locations of the jet stream, air masses, dry versus wet, El Nino, La Nina. You've heard a lot of that. We're in a La Nina year, albeit weak. Geography, altitude, polar vortex. All of those things affect our climates throughout the seasons. Now, as far as fall goes, autumn, or fall as Kentuckians call it, is affected by a lot of things. Moisture in the ground. More moisture in the ground means a cooler fall. Well, for that matter, a cooler summer, a cooler spring. More moisture there is, the cooler it is. Less means warmer. Amount of cloud cover. The more cloud cover there is, well, see above. Timing of those October rains. The more October rains we have, well, we're out of luck on that. Let's just forget that. Overall air temperature. Well, see above. Less moisture in the ground, it is warmer. For the last 20 years, the Red River Gorge area has been in abbreviated, has had many abbreviated falls. We would have a fall for about 2 weeks and then boom, we're into winter. That's just the way it's been. But these last two falls now have been, quote, normal in length. And as it stands right now, Fall, it's going to go down as warmer than normal. It just is. Okay, so let's take a quick look at NOAA and their winter outlook. So, winter outlook here, this orange means warmer than normal. It's a 33 to 40% chance of it being warmer than normal here. That's all that it means. Just a little warmer than normal. As far as precipitation goes, we have equal chances of having precipitation. Normal amount. That's all that it means. That's anywhere from 2 to 5 inches, depending on what month we're talking about. So we have equal chances of a normal precipitation winter. All right, Old Farmer's Almanac. Let's take a look at their forecast for the winter. They say cold and snowy for us right here in Kentucky. Now, you can find this on almanac.com, okay? You can go there and look for yourself. I don't have time to go to that. But they're saying cold and snowy for us right here. Colder and drier for Ohio. And if we take time and back up the video, you'll notice that NOAA doesn't agree to that because they're saying wetter than normal. But anyway, there we go. This is the Old Farmer's Almanac. It's the one that looks like that. Okay. Now, the other Farmer's Almanac, my picture didn't come out real clear, but anyway, it looks like this. They're saying cold and wet and white. So, probably a little snowier, maybe a little more snowfall for the winter. That would be wonderful if we did, but who knows? For the west, colder than average, or colder and average snowfall. So if there's an average snowfall out here, that means there's enough cold air to give us some snowfall here. Maybe, maybe not. We'll just see. Now, CBS's view of what NOAA says. They believe that we could stand a good chance to be a little warmer than normal, and that's kind of splitting Kentucky in half. The jet stream, typically with a La Nina, does make a pattern like this over the United States, which kind of puts us on the border of one of those, maybe rain, maybe snow, maybe ice. I don't want ice, but it could be. So wetter than normal for Ohio Valley area and northern Kentucky and a little bit into central Kentucky. All right, that is a lot of information that I've thrown out there about these three things. So, what do I think? I think we've got a better chance to see some snow this winter than we had last winter. Think about it. We had none, virtually none. We have many things working against us, though. We've got a hotter than normal Gulf of Mexico, way hotter than normal. Hotter than normal Atlantic Ocean. We've got shifted global wind patterns due to all that above stuff that I've talked about, including on this page. It has been dry all year. It's going to take a lot to change that. But I am hoping very much that we will see a nice snowfall this winter. Okay, but I can't make a promise because I don't know. It's just one of those things. I don't know. But we do have a better chance, I believe, than we did last winter, which is fantastic. Now, I would love to go into more of this and give you some graphs and data on the Gulf of Mexico and Atlantic, but folks, I just don't have time for that, and you're not going to watch a 25-minute video from me anyway. Nobody would. All right, so that's all I've got for now. Remember, if you like my forecasts, check me out on WSKV 104.9 FM. My weather forecast is on there every single day. You will hear me say. And that's our locally produced forecast from right here in central Kentucky. Don't forget, give a thumbs up to the video. And always remember, Jesus loves you, and so do I. Have a wonderful evening.